Okay, so this video is gonna be on the second house. So I'm gonna read you some information regarding the second house, and the second house deals with value and money. Its sign is Taurus. Its planet is Venus, and it's governing value and money. Okay, second house. The second house is commonly referred to as the house of possessions. While this speaks to that which we own, it is not limited simply to tangible things. We own our own feelings and emotion as well as our inner selves, abilities, and needs and wants. When we own up to something, we are in fact claiming ownership of our greatest possession, ourselves. Using our possessions, including material goods, to maximum advantage is also within the realm of the second house. Our possessions should enhance our lives, those of others, and foster a general sense of well-being. This brings forth the concept of value, which is the key to the second house. What do we value? Both tangible and intangible. Why do we value it? Who do we value? What do we really want to value? What do we really own? And what do we want to own? And why? Our effective resolution of these questions is a large part of what the second house is all about. Specific possession covered by the second house include earned income, our ability to influence it, investments, movable properties such as cars, jewelry, like items, debit, and like items. Debit is also part of this equation since we own the responsibility to pay our bills, how we view money, the acquisition of wealth and debit, financial reserves, savings, budgeting, financial status are all ruled by the second house. The second house is ruled by Taurus and Venus, which I stated earlier in the segment. Okay, and as far as Venus is concerned, we all, relate to Venus as, love and beauty and partnership. But Venus, we commonly know, deals with the love and beauty, the arts, such as music, dance, drama, literature, to name a few. Venus also deals with our pleasures we derive from our possessions, and that's how it's tied into the second house, and possessions being money value, luxuries, jewelry, car, good food, good drink. This is how Venus ties in with the second house in Taurus. And my first segment, I didn't really state why I'm going through, the 12 houses. Well, it states that, if you believe in reincarnation, that we go through each sign, therefore we experience the lesson of each house and the lesson of each sign. And Linda Smith has a book that goes through just not the love book, but just the regular astrology signs by Linda Smith. And it'll tell you, Aries is the newborn, Taurus is the toddler, and the next one down is the adolescent, and then an adult in the first 6. And then the last 6. And I read that book kind of like when I was 10, and I haven't picked it up since. So the last 6, the 2 that I'm most familiar with is Aquarius, which is knowing, and the last one, 12, which Pisces, is believing. So the first 6 is, growing from, newborn into an adult, and then the last 6 are dealing with, learning stones or lessons of life, like knowing and believing. And unfortunately, off the top of my head, I don't know the first 4, but that just gives you an idea. And actually, Linda Smith's books are very good. The one on astrology signs, the 12 signs, gives you traits of like common what Pisces are about, their positives and their negatives, and it gives all the signs. I keep referring Pisces because I am Pisces, but and what I learned, what was good about this book is, they do follow a lot like their sign, and you'd be quite amazed how much a person is a lot like what their sign lays out them to be like. And there'll be some slight differences depending on how they were raised. Were they raised in a loving, caring family? Were they raised in a separate family, divorced mom and dad? Were they raised by a single parent? Were they raised, in an abusive atmosphere? So, depending on their personality will depend on how they're raised. But for the generalization, they're a lot like their sign will describe. Their good traits and bad traits. And actually, if you go to pick up one of those books, you will be quite amazed how close. Like, pick a friend or a sister or brother. What sign they are. Read that and say, you know what? He is a lot like that, or she does do that a lot. And it's quite interesting. And like I said, Linda Smith has the 2 books that I know of and I really, really appreciate and enjoy, which is the love signs and then just the regular astrology signs. Well, I hope you kind of enjoyed this lesson today. I know these are short and brief. To get this information, I got to read a few books, so I'm sorry that the video is so short, but I do a lot of reading before I jot down my notes and write down, what to say. And hopefully I can move it up faster. I'll try to do like 2 houses in one day. But just wanted to get this information out so that we can move forward onto the Cosmo calendar. I'm getting really excited to, because I'll be learning with you as we go through the cosmic calendar as well on how to use that and apply it to our daily lives. Okay, much love, family. Love you very much. Namaste. Mwah. Love ya.